Yes, indeed. Welcome back. My name is Ivan Vixamar. Most people just call me Vix. And I want to thank you for tapping into my podcast, The Lunch Table with Vix. Now, my why behind the podcast is very simple. It's to have real life conversations, bring people to the table, and impact the masses. Now, we on to season 2. I know most of y'all like, we didn't even know season 1 ended. Well, it ended. It's over with. So we on to season 2. I took a hiatus. Life was coming at your boy real fast. So I had to stop doing the podcasting thing for a little bit and deal with all the stuff that I had going on. Not making excuses. It was just the reality of it. But I'm glad to be back on here. I love doing these podcasts. I know a few people hit me up and was like, "Where the podcast? Where the podcast?" Well, here's the podcast, so you better tune in. So season 2, we starting off with my dog. I've known him since 7th grade. I don't know how many years that is, calculating it now, but I would say 15 years plus, if my math is correct. And yeah, man, definitely a brother, someone that I definitely lean on. If you don't know, I'm actually recording this from my new home in Houston, Texas. And one of the people that I went to before I made this decision is this man right here that I'm about to bring on with me on this podcast. So definitely a big part of my life. And it's my brother, the Haitian sensation himself, Mitchell Etienne. Say what's up to the people, man.
What up? What up? It's your boy Mitch, man. Money Mitch, Miami Mitch, Mexico Mitch, whatever you want to call me. I go by a lot of different names, man. But yeah, man, Ivan Vixamar, man. That's my brother for life, man. We've been rocking since we was little kids in middle school, man. I used to bully this kid
All right, here
all
we
throughout
go.
middle
Here
school.
we go.
Hey,
I
man.
wasn't gonna speak on it, but since this man want to bring it up, I do like to tell stories of the guests that I have coming on, and I wasn't gonna do it with him, but he got a big mouth and he had to throw in that word bully. So now people are gonna be like, "Oh, you was bullied." Nah, it was never like that. So
I show love though. It was out of love. It was out of love. It was out of love. You know.
I'll put it like this: the first time I met Mitch, I never forget, and this I know it was like it scarred me because I was in the cafeteria and he was with another one of our homeboys, Harold. And it's the first time I'm seeing them. We go to a predominantly white school. So you see another brother and, it's an exciting feeling like, dang, we got some more black people at the school. So, I go to the table that they sitting at lunch and I dap up Harold. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Ivan. Nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. I get love. I go up to Mitch. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm Ivan. And he just looks at my hand. And I'm like, yo, like, like what's wrong with this dude? And
Yo.
and then I remember like ever since then, we would he would always, I wouldn't even use the word bully, but he would always mess with me in like these weird psychological ways, bruh. Like we'll be in class and I'll be like, yo, Mitch, can I get a piece of gum? Because I just saw him give someone a piece of gum. And he'll be like, nah, I don't even got no gum. And I'm like, what you mean? I just saw you give someone a piece of gum. Like, let me get a piece. Then he'll go in his pocket, take out a piece of gum, and then start chewing on it and be like, nah, bro, I don't even got no gum on me. But with like a straight face. So I'm just like, bro, what is up with this dude? And then I remember anytime I would get like a fresh haircut, he would come and he would slap me on the back of my neck.
The
Like,
back of your head, boy.
and I don't know if it was a respect thing or what, but it wasn't until I threatened, and I don't even say it was a threat, but I was ready to put hands on this man. Like I had came to my breaking point and we were walking across the street, either leaving the calf or going to the calf. And I remember he like did something. And I remember I dropped my book bag, I dropped everything. And I was like, yo,
Got
we
to
finna fight.
fade
And I got
I remember
mad.
that. I
And
remember that.
and I remember since that day, like me and Mitch was cool. I ain't had no problems with him, and we was rocking ever since. So I don't know what it was when he first met me, why he was acting like that. But yeah, you could call it bullying. Hey,
You had to
hey
prove you
in
was tough. You had to prove you was tough to me, bro.
hey, in 2021, I'm not gonna lie, that's considered bullying. But back then, I that to me that I wasn't getting bullied, But nowadays, with the cyberbullying and all this and that, they would have
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
categorized you as a bully, bro.
yeah. Well, here we are now, though, man. it
Hey,
all worked out.
we most definitely came a long way.
Long
So
way.
one of the things that I definitely wanted to get right into, and at the lunch table we jump right in to all the topics. So one thing I wanted to get, your opinion about and your side of it is females, man, because for me, I moved from Florida to Texas for the woman that I love, the love of my life, right? So, females are a big part of our lives. Like whether we like want to admit it or not, they a big part. So, a lot of people will look at you and say, "You're black. Why don't you date other black women?" And what would your answer be to those people that are looking at you and saying, "Yo, you black. Like why you not dating black women?"
That's a great question, man. So yeah, I mean, honestly, it comes down to the fact that men, men, especially black men, aren't supposed to have a preference, so to say. Like with black men, they're supposed to date a black woman. They're supposed to, be the one to provide. They're supposed to be the one to, you know, do everything, over the moon for a girl, which is cool, which is fine. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. But as soon as a black man, says that he prefers to date outside of his race and date, white women or Hispanic women, it's frowned upon. And I think it's just not fair because, if a woman decides to date outside of her race or, has a preference of dating, a certain look, a certain image, somebody with certain status or clout, or has to be a certain height, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that's normal for a girl, you know? But for a guy, it's like if a guy has a certain preference, a certain look that he's going for, they're looked down upon. So for me personally, me and a lot of people that I know who don't date black women get a lot of, hate for it, a lot of backlash. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to change who I am and what I like for anybody to please anybody. So, yeah, I mean, my preference, I lean more towards, white women and Hispanic women. That's just my thing.
I hear you. I hear you. And I don't necessarily disagree with what you said because first and foremost, for y'all that don't know, Jess, my girlfriend, is white and Mexican. So it's like I have no room to speak because I'm dating someone that's white and Mexican. So that being said, I will say, via Instagram, Snap, we go on trips, whatever the case may be, we see a lot of women. And there will be times where someone will throw a, a nice looking black lady in the group, and y'all will automatically just be like, oh, nah. So I guess my next follow up to what you said, because everything you said, of course, it's your opinion, your preference. So do you honestly see a black woman and be like, I'm just not attracted to them? Or is it more so just like you kind of already took this stand like, I'm not really trying to date no black women. So now it's like at this point you just gotta ride that wave because you kind of already like set yourself up for it. Cause it's gotta be some black women that you see that are like, she ain't bad. But is it like, dang, like I don't want to get this backlash. You feel me? Because I've been standing
Nah,
firm on the white
mhm,
train.
nah. Nah. It's not even like that. Honestly, I had this conversation with our boy Nick one time, and there was a pretty attractive black woman that was giving me her attention. And for me, it's like it's not that I don't want to stand on what I say, like, but I feel like I don't give myself the opportunity to give a black woman a chance and open that door. So like I'm pretty sure there are, you know, cool down to earth like someone who's my type, like matches my energy, like a personality that I would want in a woman. But like I would never just give her the time of day because just at face value, like I know that's not my normal type and my normal preference. Like I'm not even gonna engage in a conversation with this female because it's like I already know that's like not what I want, so to say. So, like I said, I'm not trying to please anybody or please like, oh, I'm gonna stand firm because I already said that I'm not going to date this particular race. It's more so that like since I already know who I am and I'm comfortable, you know, with my preference and what I want in a woman, that like I'm not gonna, even give that female. I know it sounds fucked up, but I'm just not gonna give that female the opportunity or the time of day because just at face value, I'm just not gonna rock with it.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So I will say this for the people listening, right? Mitch is correct on certain points. I agree with him because I will say you should never be dating or looking at women to please anybody else. And I hate that standard that Mitch talked about saying, "Oh, you're black, so this is the expectation. You need to date a strong black woman." And to me, I'm like, I just want to date a strong woman, period. Whether black, white, because I would say on my end, like eh, to me, Asian women were like I when I look at Asian women, I feel like I don't see an attractive Asian woman. That's just me. Now I'm not saying I would never give them a chance or whatever the thing that he's saying about the whole face value, but for me, like I get what he's saying on that note because when you have a preference, that's what you're gonna look for. Like if you like the color red, you're not gonna go to a store and or I guess that's a bad example because stores have every color. But it's just like if you looking for a baseball bat, you're not gonna go in the football section. It's just
Right.
you not gonna do that because you already know what you want and what you're looking for. But I will say this, and I'm not claiming this on Mitch, but I will say this. For me, I had a preference. I liked curly hair, mixed women. That was my mixed black and white, mixed curly hair. That was my type. And I will say, throughout life, that's what I looked for. That's what I thought I wanted. And then here came Jess. And to me at that time, if you would have told me in college, like, you're going to date her, you're going to fall in love with her, I would say, man, get out of here. You're tripping because that wasn't my type. And for my story, for my situation, me and Jess were friends for 4 or 5 plus years. And I guess you can say like my type developed or I grew, or I don't know the exact word you want to use, but I guess kind of like wine, you just over time your preferences change on what type of wine you like. And for me, it switched and all of a sudden I'm like, dang, just kind of cute. And you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't my type at all. So I'm not putting that on Mitch, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mitch come back home one day with a girl that's not white or Hispanic. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying she'll be black. She might be Asian. I don't know
Right.
what she'll be, but I wouldn't be surprised because it happened with me and it very well could
Nah,
happen with you.
like I said, bro. Like I'm pretty sure there are good women in all. I'm not gonna say I'm pretty sure there are good women in all races, all types of ethnicities. But like you said, like you're not gonna go into one section of the store looking for something that's not there, you know. And another thing I want to say is you got to go where you're appreciated. That's
Oh,
another
okay.
thing.
Speak on it. Speak on because a lot of people don't realize females' favorite thing is you do one thing wrong, they ready to say niggas ain't. They quick to
Yeah, you
do
got
it.
to you got to go where you're appreciated. You feel me? Like if if I wasn't appreciated by the women that I get attention from, I would not go after them. It's like there's no reason, there's no point if like I'm not gonna be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And with the whole stereotype that's put in place on black men from black women, it's already hard enough. Let me put it this way: it's already hard enough to try and get attention from a girl, let alone having to, defend your race as a man, and on top of the fact that you're trying to get at a girl, if you know what I'm saying. So with a girl, with a black female, I feel like most of the time you have to really sell yourself, you know, as far as not being the same stereotypical black male that's out there. Because at face value, you see me, I'm tall, I'm black, I got a beard, I dress a certain way, you know what I'm saying? Like I carry myself, a certain way. On one end of the spectrum, a white girl or a Hispanic girl is gonna love that. On the other end of the spectrum, a black female is gonna look at that as, oh, he's a red flag. Oh, he's toxic. Oh, he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Just at face value. So, like I said, you got to go where you're appreciated, where they're gonna not look at your 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 appearance as a negative thing. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, but I'm a push back because I will say this. Isn't that what we do with females, right? Let's be real. You see a black girl, weave, hoop earrings, you know,
Right.
wearing a neon bodysuit, looking like they came straight off the Miami Beach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
in your
yeah.
head, you already know what you think it's
Right,
City Girl. Like
right,
that.
right,
Eh,
right,
so I feel like it's definitely on both ends where I think the moral of it is, and I think I'm out the game, right? But for you, I think the moral of it is you have your type, you have your preference, but I will say I think you should open that door a little bit wider because if the door was closed, at least creak it open so that like you said, you will be able to get past the face value because you just never know. But I definitely agree with you on you got your preference on what you like in a woman, and
right,
I don't think you should be shamed for that preference. Is
right. But at the same time, it's like I'm comfortable. I'm good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I have some certain urge to go explore other avenues.
the
I'm good. Like
the key word is you good. Why be good when you can be great, my brother?
when you could be great, man. I'm
Nah,
chilling, man. You know me. I'm
yeah,
good.
I feel you. Nah, Mitch has no problem in the ladies department. But if you would like to be added to the list, I'm playing. I was about to say we could
Hey,
we could
open
throw
up,
out the
we can open a
social.
notch. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You're gonna get me in trouble out here. You're gonna get me in trouble.
Nah,
But
but
nah.
I guess transitioning, right, because we talking about women, and I think one of the places that we met a lot of women as far as just like different types of women is traveling. And I think when you
Mm,
travel, you get out of your what you said, your comfort zone, and you start to meet people that are from all over, like different places.
traveling has definitely opened my eyes to different cultures, different ways people live, and it's definitely the best thing I've done in the past year or two. Probably the last 2 3 years, we did a lot of traveling as a group.
So
And
so in 2022, what's give me the five places you wanna hit in 2022.
well, man, let's see here. The biggest trip I got planned next year is to go to Greece. I'm planning on going to Greece next summer. Um, I'm going back to Mexico, of
If y'all
course. Got
if
it.
y'all did if y'all didn't know, Mitch went to Mexico and he adopted the name. Mexico Mitch.
Mexico Mitch, man.
And
I
and listen, if you don't know about Mexico Mitch, fly to Mexico and just ask about him. They'll tell you.
hey, it's mad love out there. That's all I'm gonna say. It's mad love. It's mad love. But yeah, Tulum, Mexico is definitely one of, if not the best trip I've taken this year. It's beautiful, man. The culture's amazing. The people are amazing. The food is amazing. And it's just a good time, man. And it's very fun out there, and definitely going back. Also got Toronto. Never been to Canada before for my boys' bachelor party that's coming up soon. So that'll be cool.
So you
And
got two more places you want to hit in 2022.
two
And
more
it could be
places.
it could be local. It don't always got to be out the country. It could be in the United States. Traveling is
Um,
traveling, my boy.
my mom always wanted to go to the Keys. She never been to the Keys before, so I want to take her out there. She's always been trying to just see what it's about. So that'll definitely be on my plan to probably take a drive down there for a weekend with her and
That'll be
just show her
nice.
what. Yeah, yeah. And then last, I would probably say, man, it's always I said it before, man. Chicago's like my second home, man. Every time I go to Chicago, it's just the greatest feeling, man. Being with my boys, I got good friends that live up there, man. So every chance I get to go to Chicago, I love the city, man. Love love downtown. So um, yeah, I'm always excited to go to Chicago. I'll probably be up there what 3 4 times out the year. So
Okay, so one thing I want to speak on because a lot of people listening probably thinking, man, like you make it sound so easy. You just take trips, and I know when we go on trips, a lot of people always ask, like, how do y'all travel so much? How do y'all like afford it? How do y'all do that? So for you, I guess what is your mindset when you're taking a trip? Like, are you thinking like, okay, I gotta save up this amount of money? Are you picking up extra shifts? Like, what is allowing you to be, I guess, so free to be able to one have the time to travel and then have the resources and the financial backing to be able to purchase tickets and Airbnbs. And of course, when we travel, y'all
we
always
do
want.
it big. We do it
I
big.
don't know
We do it
why
big.
every time Money Mitch and this man Juju get together, and Marv, I'm gonna throw Marv under the bus too. It always turns into a section and a five thousand
Yeah.
dollar tab and this and that, and it's just like every trip we go on, they say, "Nah, man, we ain't getting a section this time. We taking it easy. It's a chill trip." And two
Yeah.
Snapchats later, is we in a
We bottles
section
bottles up, bottles up.
three, four, five bottles. So
Yeah.
for you, what goes in
Um.
goes in your head before you take those trips?
Well, first and foremost, I would say that yeah, I get those questions a lot too, man, all the time, man. Like, how do y'all get so many of your friends to go on these trips and do so many trips throughout the year and be able to do all this other stuff in those trips? So, honestly, it's just we were blessed with um a really good, ambitious, hardworking group of guys. I would say that first and foremost. Um, just just we have everybody who wants to grind, who's motivated by each other, who's motivated by going on these trips, like planning these trips. So behind the scenes, behind all the stories and all the things that we post, behind all the parties and stuff that we do, we work hard, man. Like all of us, man. Like Juju, Shane, everybody, Wes, Marv, everybody, we work very, very hard as far as, financially to be able to take these trips and to be able to, you know, to go on these trips and live it up. And it's it makes it better because we know how precious and how valuable our time is that we were able to take off and get away from our work schedule and our our normal daily routine with family, and you know, so we know that once we, especially with all of us living across the country, all different parts of the country, we got friends in Cali, we got friends in Chicago, New York, down here in Florida, got in Houston. So it's like when we all get together, it's a very precious time. So I always, me personally, I love to take that opportunity to, man, to really cherish the time, cherish the moments. It's not about the money for me. It's more the memories, and the memories that I have with us and the memories I have in my phone that I get to look back on. They're just priceless, man. So, um, yeah, man, being able to get together, all of us, all like as much as we do, um, it's a very special time, and I really try and take that time to, you know, make the most of it. And me personally, how I'm able to do it, I always try to find avenues and ways to have financial freedom. So I started to get into real estate. Um, I started to, find different ways with, investments and stocks, and you know, my crypto stuff, cryptocurrencies, investing and stuff like that, and having rental properties, and creating passive income for myself, so that I don't really have to depend on a 9 to 5, and that I can have that freedom to really you know take time off to go on trips and have fun. So I think the best advice I would give to anybody starting out and who is motivated by wanting to go on trips and have fun is to really find ways to buy your time. I feel like the best thing you can do in life is buy time, because time is the only thing that we have, and it's the most precious thing that you can preserve. So as much time as you can spend outside of working and outside of being in the office and stuck in the office working 40 hours a week legally, I'm saying, as making legal money. um I feel like that's something that you should do, man, because it'll give you a lot of time to do things that you want to do and explore, and travel and stuff. So I would definitely say, um invest your money, save your money, you know, um get into rental properties, get into real estate, and get into, the stock market, do your research on certain things, and learn business, man. I think that's the best thing you can do, because business, only thing business does is grows. Um, Everything that you see nowadays with new technology, new digital stuff, new digital art, new digital, you know, money with coins and stuff like that. You definitely have to take the opportunity and take the advantage on that. So yeah.
But one thing I will add to piggyback on what you said was, for me, I think a lot of people don't realize that you make time for what you want. And if anything taught us that, I would say it was this year, right? Where we lost a member of our group. We lost a brother and someone that we loved. And everything you just said, nothing we do can replace that. Nothing. No amount of money, no crypto, no hours, none of that will replace that. But we'll forever have those trips that we took together. So I I would urge people to just make time for what you want. If you want to take a trip with your friends or take a trip by yourself, make time for it, because you make time for what you want. And I think a lot of people, they want it, but they don't put in the effort. Like you said, it's free to go Google and see how much flights cost. It's free to go look at Airbnb or look at hotels or sign up to get a discount or to be a part of an email list where they show you different promotions. Like, all that stuff is free. It may take some time, it may be a little tedious, but there's opportunities and ways out there for you to be able to travel and to be able to travel on a budget. And I think that's one thing our group does a good job at. A lot of our trips, people don't know, we plan these things 6 months, a year in advance. It's not like we just wake up 2 weeks before and we're like, hey, we want to go to Mexico. Hey, we want to go here. Like, this is stuff that we've been planned out, that we talked about. We looked at spots, we researched where we want to do and go and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people they miss out on that, and they just think that the trip will fall in your lap, which I will say some of them do. And I'm extremely blessed because the amount of hours that I worked, what I was getting paid, it should not have allowed me to travel as much as I did. But God definitely blessed me with the opportunity to travel and to go different places, because some trips were just flat out put on my lap where I had the opportunity to do this and that, and it didn't come at like a financial like breaking point for me where I was just able to do it, or someone was able to had an extra ticket or this or that. There's so many opportunities, so many venues and places that I've been off of just connections, or just literally just blessings that just came my way. So I don't want to make it sound like, it all got to be planned out. Some things just happen, but I definitely will urge people, if you want to take these trips, start planning now. It's free to do. It takes some time, but that's literally all it takes. Take a few minutes out your day. Maybe don't click continue watching on Netflix, and go look up on Google to see how much it costs to fly to whatever city you looking to go to. So just little simple things like that. I mean,
Right, right. Yeah, man. Honestly, losing our friend really changed my perspective on life, man. Big time. Like, if you know me, man, you know that all the cliche stuff, like, I never paid attention to it. Like, I never really cared for it. All the cliche sayings and stuff. Just like when we used to play football in high school, like cherish these moments because senior year is around the corner and you're not gonna be able to do this anymore. Like, it's just like, well, whatever. Like, when's the next game? Like I'll see y'all tomorrow at practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not really living in those moments of, like, like this could be it type of thing. So yeah, it really changed my perspective because um you never know. You just never know when it's your time. You never know when 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 you're gonna leave this earth. So you really got to take advantage of every moment and every time. And I remember around the same time that he passed away, I ran into a video of Will Smith. I'll never forget I think it was that same day or the 2 days after. And Will Smith was talking. He was on an interview talking about how you never want to say hello or say goodbye casually. You know what I mean? You really should live in that moment of your hellos and your goodbyes and your hugs and your kisses, because you never know if you're going to make it home. You know what I'm saying? So never live life casually, especially when it comes to your family, your friends. You know what I mean? Really be in the moment and really live life to the fullest because you just never know when it's going to be your time. So, like I said, man, every moment we get a chance to link up, man, and get together, man, I cherish those moments even more nowadays because, like I said, you never know who you're gonna lose tomorrow. So, I was grateful that it's crazy how, like, I planned a trip to see him, and it wasn't even supposed to be a trip that weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just happened spontaneously. So I always told myself that was just God, putting me in place to, see my brother one more time in person. So you just never know, man. And like I said, the best thing I've done over the past couple years was really find my purpose, man, and and that's being there for my family and my friends, and really building a foundation that's going to last as long as I can, man. And you know what I'm saying? So every moment that we get, man, it's amazing, man. It really is.
I definitely love that you said that, because one of my things for 2022 is legacy. And for me, what you just said was so powerful, because I feel like in this earth, in this world, whatever your religious beliefs are, right? I feel like everyone in their right mind knows you only have a limited of time. on this earth. And at some point in time, that that clock's gonna run out. And I think having a legacy is so important because we're on this earth for more than just ourselves, man. And I really am trying to get myself in that mindset of making moves that don't benefit just Ivan, and making moves that will benefit Ivan's kids, and trying to set them up. And I heard a pastor say one time that his dad's his dad's ceiling was his floor. And I want to be that for my kids where they're not starting at the ground level. They're starting at the third and fourth floor because I was able to set that foundation for them. And where I was stopped at, my ceiling, that would be their starting point. And I think if we have that mindset, especially as a black community, because let's be real, when when a black person dies, what do they leave they kids? Maybe a house, but most of the time it's just debt, a TV, like materialistic stuff that doesn't have any real monetary value. You get like a plasma TV that three of the siblings are fighting for. You get, you know what I'm saying? Like it's but I want to be able to create a legacy where when I go, I'm able to pass down something to my kids that gives them a head start on where they at in life. As we wrap up, one thing I want to leave the people for sure, based off of the conversation that we had today at the lunch table, but also just based off of like who we are as people. I truly, truly want to impart on the people listening. Man, prioritize your life to do the things that you value, not what you think other people will value. If you don't like taking trips and that's not your thing, we might be like, we take trips, we go here, 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 this and that. That's not you, then don't try to travel so you can post some picture like Mitch said and you're not enjoying yourself. If you a gamer and you like to be home and that's what you do and that's something that you find value in, prioritize your life to do things that bring you joy. Man, enjoy your life, man. Like I said, if that's traveling, travel. If that's, you know, doing a pottery class, like whatever it may look like for you that brings you joy, go ahead and do it and enjoy your life, because at the end of the day, you're the only one that can live your life. And like me and Miss talked about, it it hits different when you lose a friend. So don't learn this lesson by having to lose somebody in your life. So, just value your people, value your time, value yourself. And yeah, man, that is there anything you want to lead the people before we dip out?
Like you said, man. Uh, live life to the fullest, man. If you don't learn anything from this session, this episode, live life to the fullest. Don't take life too seriously, man. Have fun. Uh, love on your people, man. Love on your family. Love on your friends. Um, make memories and keep God first, man.
I want to again thank my brother Mitch for hopping on this podcast with me, man. He did this out of the kindness of his heart. I ain't paying him. I ain't giving him no off-white nothing for Christmas. So just know that he's coming on here, man, because he appreciates me. So I appreciate you for hopping on, spending
It's
some
all
time with
love,
me.
brother. It's
Shout
all
out to
love.
Mitch, who's also graduating this week, the week of this recording.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. So he's graduating. So shout out to him, getting his master's, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So y'all heard the lunch bell. My saying is more life, more blessings, man.
More life,
Love
more
y'all.
blessings.
Peace.
Kick up, rock wine, sing, sing a ling a ling, sing, dance silent swing, sing, DJ ear stuck up in the ear bone rhythm, sing.